Is it possible to checkmate the maximum level Stockfish, a bot so powerful that not even the best chess players in the world can beat it? Well, that's what I want to find out. Okay, first game against the maximum level Stockfish is the highest level it goes. And while I play this first game, almost nobody on the internet thinks that beating the Stockfish computer is even possible. But I'm one of the few people that think the Stockfish computer can be beaten by a human. And my goal for this video is to beat Stockfish. And not by winning on time like some other people, or setting up a very fair and balanced position, but actually getting a checkmate against the best chess bot in the world. But starting things off, I already didn't have much hope for this challenge. Okay, so we only survived 22 moves. That's not very good. Now you watching right now probably think that there's no way anyone can beat the best chess engine in the world. And that's exactly what I thought. Okay. Until I did some research and saw that there's a few people claiming that they have gotten close to beating or even beaten Stockfish before. So my theory was, if I just played it a bunch of times, statistically I would get lucky and Stockfish would make a blunder. This is not even possible. Stockfish never makes any mistakes. I actually asked ChatGPT, and in order to catch Stockfish in a blunder, I would have to play it over 1,000,000 times, and I would have to be good enough to convert that mistake into a win. But as I was looking for ways to beat Stockfish, I came across this video of some guy checkmating the highest level Stockfish in a fair game of chess. I didn't even know if this was real, but this guy used the Urusov gambit, which is a pretty rare opening, allowing a human to beat the best chess engine in the world. So I decided to try this out. And if you guys are wondering how this gambit is played, you start off the game normally, but after black plays knight f6, you're not going to defend your e-pawn, but instead play d4. From here, black will usually capture your e or d pawn, and the goal here is to gambit one of our pawns for a massive lead in development, which can lead to crushing positions. And if you guys like aggressive openings similar to these, you guys will definitely like the opening I teach my school community, which I used to carry me to 2000 elo, and it only took me a week to get there. People in the community are already seeing promising results in just the first few days of learning my opening. So again, if you guys want to improve your chess writing as quickly as possible, click the first link in the description. But anyways, after learning the Urusov gambit, I was now ready. Alright, I think I understand the main concept, so let's go ahead and try this out. Alright, so we go here, they have to play here, and then we move our bishop. Okay, that's not really what we wanted. Now the only issue was Stockfish was not cooperating with what I needed. Okay, so that didn't really work out. But since these games were unrated, I realized I could just resign games where Stockfish didn't play the opening I wanted. And a couple of games later, I got the Urusov gambit. Okay, there we go. Now we just play here, and we need to play this move. Now we play for this. Boom. We go here. Wait, this is the first time Stockfish has been thinking this long. I think we may have confused it. It doesn't know what to do. Why is it not moving? This was the first time Stockfish had taken this long to make a move, leading me to believe that I had confused this chess bot. But eventually it recovered, and even a confused chess bot is better than me on my best day. So I still got violently and vigorously beaten. Yeah, we just blundered. Okay. So we lost this game, but in the opening, I think we had Stockfish questioning its life choices. That was the best we've seen so far. This chessbot being confused was proof that this all-powerful chess engine could still be thrown off guard and potentially make a mistake which we could take advantage of. And I actually rewatched a video where Jonathan Scrantz beat Stockfish, and I realized I didn't even play the opening correctly in my game. I was supposed to castle queenside to exert maximum pressure on black's position with my rooks, but in my game, I just didn't do that. Now that I knew what to do, I was ready to beat Stockfish. Except in my next game, I played the moves in the wrong order. Wait, we did this in the wrong... No, we did it in the wrong order. But a few tries later, I actually had the same exact position from the video I had just seen. Please take, please take. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now we go boom. Now we go boom. Now in this position, Stockfish was supposed to play knight c6, allowing me to move my queen over here and get some cool attacking ideas. But for some reason, this happened instead. He should... Okay. For whatever reason, this computer was not doing the moves that were expected, and I tried to do what I saw from the video, but it just wasn't the same. This is similar to what the guy got in his game, but not exactly. I have no idea what to do here now. My position is pretty good, I think, though. But even though I had what I thought was a solid position, Stockfish was just a different animal, but the same beast or something. Oh my days. I thought that maybe if I just got into that opening again, Stockfish would just do what I wanted it to, and I could beat it. The only issue was I was wrong in more ways than one. Why does it play that move? I don't know what to do against c6. Like, what? The first problem was this wasn't even the same chess bot as the one on Lichess, which was the one that this guy beat in his video. This chess.com bot, in fact, wasn't even Stockfish. Alright, so something's going wrong here. This bot that was violently violating me at high velocity was called Maximum, which I thought meant maximum level Stockfish. But if you go into your games, it tells you that this bot is Komodo, a totally different chess engine, and it even has a profile that you can view for some reason. Now this bot is 3200, which is a much higher rating than the one on Chess, which meant this Urusov gambit, even though it confused Komodo initially, would probably not even be strong enough to defeat it. But this initial confusion of the chess engine did give me an idea.
Okay, risky gambits. We're trying just a bunch of risky gambits.
Since the Urusov gambit was a fairly rare and unknown opening, I thought if I played other risky and lesser known openings, there was a possibility it could confuse Komodo and force it to make a mistake.
I just spit all over my laptop.
The first gambit I was trying was the King's Gambit, since it's not very common and I used to play it a lot back in my day. Unfortunately, this engine knew exactly what to do against it and destroyed all of my hopes and dreams in only 20 moves. I was so desperate at this point, I even tried the Grob opening, but again, I didn't even last 30 moves before being obliterated by this engine.
Alright, it's over.
I actually tried every gambit and rare opening that I knew, just like you should be helping us get to 200,000 subscribers by subscribing right now, so that you could say you were here before 200k. But anyways, no matter what I threw at the chess bot, nothing worked.
Oh my gosh, this guy's a sweat at the game. Why is he trying so hard? Why is this guy so good at chess? Like,
I knew something needed to change in my strategy because I was even further from beating this chess engine than I had started. And this is when I came across this comment under a YouTube video of a grandmaster beating the maximum level chess engine on chess.com. This person claims to have been winning against maximum level Komodo on chess.com with the hippo defense. Now, judging by the misspelling, this might be a 4-year-old child who doesn't know what he's talking about. But all of what he says does make sense. The hippo defense is a very rare opening, so the computer wouldn't know much about it, and it's very solid and straightforward for black to play. After studying this highly entertaining chess video, I thought I was ready.
let's try this out.
Vladislav Checkmate 1567 better not be lying, because this was the only hope I had now of beating this maximum level chess engine. And things were actually starting off pretty well, until Komodo started pushing his h-pawn and attacking my king side. And this ended up creating a huge weakness to my setup and led to this engine bringing in their queen and causing me slight to severe depression.
Oh my days.
But I still had hope that Vladislav Checkmate 1567 was telling me the truth, because the video he commented under was literally of a grandmaster beating the maximum level engine with this hippopotamus defense. And if a grandmaster could beat Komodo, so could I. Anyways, I was able to play the hippo defense, getting the same exact setup as this grandmaster. The only issue now was, I didn't know what to do from here. I kinda just wasted moves trying to see if Komodo would give me the opportunity to attack, but since this was the highest level chess engine, the only opportunity I got was to witness my king being absolutely brutalized before my eyes. But here I realized something a little bit strange. This grandmaster that had beaten maximum level Komodo had tried in all of his games to lock down the center of the board with his pawns. That way he could open up one side of the board and attack along there. Now what this meant is that all of his attacks would be much simpler, and he could avoid all of the complicated tactics that would arise if the center of the board was opened. This is literally the same principle that I use in my Road to 2000 opening system, and if I could use that principle to destroy mid-ladder players, why couldn't it work against the best chess engine in the world as well? So with that plan in mind, I went into another match.
I'm trying to lock down the position as much as possible, because then we could at least maybe get a draw.
And this was actually kind of working. Every time Komodo would push a pawn, I would shut down his ideas with my own pawns, until the computer realized what I was doing and put a stop to it immediately.
He just sacrificed a knight to open up the position, but we are winning.
Using this principle that I teach my school community, this was the first time I had ever been up in material versus the Komodo bot, but it wouldn't last long.
Oh my days.
I was only losing by 1 point though. If I could lock in, I actually had a chance. As long as I didn't blunder my queen or something, everything should be fine.
I hate my life. Hold on.
I played one more game trying the same strategy, but this just wasn't working. That grandmaster earlier who had beaten this chess engine hadn't even gotten a checkmate, but he had just won on time. I had hoped this same strategy would work with no time limit, but I would have to play literally perfectly for this to happen, and for me that was not possible.
Ouch. I only made one mistake that game, and the computer had a brilliancy. Oh my days.
It was here I thought it was impossible for a human to checkmate this maximum level engine. Literally nothing had worked. That is, until later that day I was doom scrolling on YouTube, and came across this video with 916 views by Ravmaster Chess, claiming that he had beaten Stockfish with his Scholar's Mate. This video had only like 13 likes, so I was pretty skeptical. But sure enough, Ravmaster Chess was just pre-moving the Scholar's Mate over and over and over, and eventually it worked.
But then... Oh!
What?
Yes.
There's no way that actually works. This guy's Scholar's Mated maximum Stockfish?
I didn't actually believe this was real, but I was kind of desperate.
I don't think it could be this easy.
I decided it couldn't hurt to try. The first game, like my therapist hoped for my life, went completely out the window. But the second game... Whoa. I just beat maximum level Stockfish 3200. Look at this. If you go to my profile and press games, it shows me winning versus the highest rated chess bot in the world. And just like that, none of the internet conspiracies worked, but ironically, it was one of the most beginner openings that took down the most advanced chess engine on chess.com.